Hello boys and welcome to the Trade to Glory account. This is a brand new account, brand spanking new. We have only just got transfer market access. We have got some of the base packs you get for logging on, but boys, we have done literally nothing, right? If you take a look, all I've done on this account is the objectives you have to do to unlock the transfer market and nothing else. So I'm trying to prove, right, on this account that anyone, literally anyone, can get to 100k, 500k, a million coins. You don't need any pack luck. You don't need to play the game. You don't need rewards, no matter where you are at. And it is still possible at this stage in the game or at any stage in the game. I'll be honest, boys, we don't have a plan for this. It's going to be a bit random. We're just going to be live trading, showing you exactly what I'd do to make some coins on FC26, right? There is no set plan and not, try to fake anything. There'll be nothing behind the scenes. It'll all be done on video, which means it could take longer. It could take upwards of a month. I have no idea how we'll actually get on, but let's jump into it, boys. This is what I'm going to do on a brand new account with literally nothing. First of all, let's go and claim what we can claim, because the number one rule when trading is do not ever deny any free rewards, especially when they are tradable. So we get an anchor from one of the objectives. We do get some rush points. Everything untradeable doesn't really matter to me because I'm not planning on using this account too much. It is purely just to make some coins on. Although I do have a little bit of an idea of how I want to start this, and I'll walk you through that in just a minute. And I believe that if you've not done this already, it's what you should be doing as well. And that's to do with the moment stars, okay? Let's claim all these packs. We don't like seeing things here. Nothing seems to be tradable, so I don't really care too much. This is interesting because we do get a single draft token pack. However, I think the plan is to not play any games whatsoever. So the plan will be, I will not play any games. I will not do that draft, because if we pack something from the draft pack, it's a little bit like dodgy. So we'll claim it, but I don't plan on playing the draft, right? And I will quickly open all these packs in the background. But like I say, because all these are untradeable, I'll just do this like off camera and we'll see what we get. I guess while we're opening these, boys, let me lay out my thoughts already. Early days this account, right? We get Tamori there. That's nice. I'm thinking, right, we're going to get the Moments Consumables packs, and I'll show you that in a second. It's always how I was going to start the account, try and get a little mini coin injection to start trading with. Because getting the first sort of 5, 10k is easy, right? You can get it from all sorts. I then want to take a look at SBCs, but the problem we'll have is the only SBCs I'm interested in is tradable packs, and I do not believe we'll have anything from these untradeable packs that can go into a tradable pack SBC. If we do, I'll take a look and see if we can get any sort of tradable pack whatsoever. I guess that does rely on pack luck. But let's be real, boys. I'll probably pack discard cards anyway. But getting a nice early coin boost is just something good to learn when you're doing like any sort of trading. Because especially early days, any coins will help whatsoever. There was a new SBC that came out, I think, yesterday, which was, I think it's the one where you need defenders and a goalkeeper. I don't think we're going to get enough untradeable players to do this, and it's definitely not the play to put tradable players, like go and buy players on the market for it. That is not the play whatsoever. But we'll take a look anyway. It would be nice, like I say, to get that coin boost. But then anyway, after that, the plan will then be to start trading straight away. Like I say, no games played. So I'm going to guess we're going to be on sort of 10, 15, possibly 20,000 coins. And then let's look to start doing the trading methods that we talk about all the time, right? I'm not going to be doing anything like special. I'm going to be doing the trading methods we talk about on videos, the low budget stuff we talk about in the Discord and on live streams. Nothing different. The reason I'm not doing this live on Twitch is because a lot of the low budget stuff is competition based. You're sniping and bidding. If I did this on a live stream, yes, it would help a lot of people, I think. But sadly, if I start bidding on stuff, then everyone on the stream starts bidding on stuff as well. This was the SBC I was on about, right? Marquee Matchups we probably won't be able to do. I might be able to try and do like one of the first squads, and we'll take a look at that. But this, let's see if I can craft something for this goalkeeper SBC.
A few moments later.
And essentially, the verdict is we can't. Them SBCs are great if you've got players in the club, but we just have nothing in this new account. I'll take a little look at marquee matchups. Let's see if we can craft anything here. What do we pack? So we get mixed players, small prime mixed players, small rare mixed players. We'll take a look at the Tottenham-Chelsea one. I think if we can do any, it'll be one of the first squads, as these require a lot less chemistry, like 14 chemistry. But it is coins, so let's see what we can do. We might actually be able to do one of these squads. I'm looking to buy one right back. He should be fine. It'll be 300 coins spend, and I guarantee I can tinker this to get the 14 chemistry. And then I know I put 300 coins into this, but the rest of the cards are just untradables we got from the default stuff, like at the start of the club. Let's see if we can get 14 chemistry, and then we get a mixed players pack back, but it should be worth more than 300 coins at least. There you go, right? We get Mandy there, put him in. That gets us the 14 chemistry. We can submit that. 300 coin spend. All we need to do is get from this small prime mixed players pack 300 or more coins, which surely we can do, right? Oh. This is not meant to be based on Pat. Look, you should not be getting a walkout from that. That's got to be McAllister. That is mental. Okay, that I don't know how I feel about that, because that gives us a little coin injection. What does he sell for? He's 12k. Surely we just have to take it. I'll even underlist him, because obviously what we're going to be doing normally is scraping every coin we get, but he's 12k. So boys, I guess that goes to show, go and do your daily SBCs. Go and do your marquee matchups with untradables in the club. We will, of course, see if anything else sells. When you're early on in the game, checking what anything sells for is so important, right? He's 300 coins. It looks like if we list him for 200, he'll sell. We would rather just have the coins quick on this one, because we need coins to start trading. I'm going to assume he doesn't sell. It would have been nice to get a Libertadores card. We'll keep him just in case he sells later, because later on in the series, these cards sell, and we can sell them for some good profit, so it's not worth discarding. And I believe 83s don't sell at the minute for this stiller, but let's check. Yeah, it doesn't look like he sells, but we will discard him, because the 600 coins there is probably worth it. We'll keep the rest of it, right? Then if that McAllister sells, we should actually be on. There you go, right? 15.4 thousand coins from one SBC. Look, it is definitely a little bit lucky, but go and do the SBCs, okay? Definitely worth it. We sell both of them cards there. It takes us to 15,000 coins, and it moves us on nicely to go to play, and then go to the play versus AI, where we're looking for the moment, right? And we're just looking for those rare consumable packs. They're by far the best value. All I wanted was to be able to open at least one of these, and we're on 13 stars. That's all I wanted. So let's crack open this 10-star pack. We get nothing for it there in terms of animation, but we can get rid of all the injury cards. We even got a draft token. We got no chemistry styles. That is one of the unluckiest packs you can get from this, because normally you get shadows and hunters. What I will say is, this definitely counteracts our McAllister look, as that is awful. A draft token is great, by the way, but we're not looking to play games. Maybe we go and quit the first round and just discard the packs, as I think anyone could do that. I'm going to go individually check what every single one of these sells for to scrape the coins together. For example, the Premier League's great. That'll be at least 1,000 coins. However, I don't think much of other of this sells at the minute. Maybe the La Liga. We'll go take a look. Premier League, Manager League, I believe is about 1,000 coins. Nearly spot on. So we'll get 1,000 coins for that. I think we got a League Earn one as well. That's definitely cheaper. Although it looks like it's selling for at least 700, 600 coins maybe. That's 650 coins we can get from that. So Premier League 1,000, Liga and 650. We scrape a little bit less than the Bundesliga. I think we might just keep that one, because with an SBC that can rise. And then I think we got a Serie A as well, right? Or we need to check La Liga as well. Serie A, again, we'll keep because that can rise. And we'll also then sell La Liga. La Liga should sell for a little bit with all the players out, right? Yeah, it looks like it will. A lot of people are using La Liga heavy teams at the minute. So that's 700, right? Let's see if we can remember that. And boys, if you're on a new account, I recommend going and selling everything that's tradable in this menu here, right? If you need coins, it's important to get them as quick as possible. I believe that was 700 coins. I don't want to be wrong on that. We do get 2 of them. They were both tradable as well. That's nice. The La Liga was, what, 700 coins as well? We just got 1 of them. The rest of that in my club is untradable. I'm going to keep them too, just in case they go up with player SBCs. Like, for example, if we get a Serie A player that everyone completes. Although we did get Lukaku. So it's interesting that that's not too high. Maybe we'll just try and sell that and take the coins on it, right? I think it was around 300, so maybe that's the highest we're going to get for it. So yeah, we will sell that. That gives us a nice little coin injection. Premier League sold. These should all sell on lazies. So we should be looking now up to sort of 18, 19,000 and 20,000 coins, which is absolutely fine to start trading with. And yes, we got McAllister, but I've not even played those draft token, right? This is definitely possible on a new account. We'll always be checking objectives as well. We're really just looking for tradable stuff like that. 200 coins. We will never say no to that sort of thing. So let's claim that. The silver pack untradable. We don't care. Although it does let us complete more SBCs. We'll keep an eye on the season pass as well, right? But that 200 coins is useful. Let's jump in to start, trading. This is not going to be too much of a trading-heavy episode. That'll probably come in episode 2. But this episode, we can start making some coins doing the standard methods we love to do. We did actually get, I think it's that Sudamericana card there, which would have been a nice 2,000 coins if this was tradable, which it is, of course, not. Sell the manager leagues there, 700. So we get 1,000 coins sat there, so 19,000 coins. That is officially what we are starting with. 19,000 coins starting our trading journey. You could have had a little bit better in the packs, but you definitely could have had worse, so we don't mind it. So before we jump into trading, boys, I think it's going to be useful showing you exactly what I look at before I start trading on a night, right? If I'm on low budget, I'm going straight to the Discord. You can find it in the description. It's just a free one, right? But what I'm looking at is the content that's come out. So the SBC that's come out today, we get a double upgrade there, and we get a player of the month. We got no objectives that came out today, I don't think. And then we got no evolutions that I've seen that came out today. That was yesterday. Store packs, we got a 50k pack. That won't affect me on a low budget, but it could affect you if you're doing more mid-meta cards. And then also the leaks channel as well, which just connects to a few accounts on Twitter. Again, it's showing me road to the knockout stuff and a few things like this Honor Batel, which will not affect me at a low budget. But this, especially the SBC tabs, give you some great sniping filters and low budget ways to trade. So it's just always how I start before I start trading, like after content. But jumping back over to the game, those last 2 manager leagues sold, we've got 19k. And I'm going to jump into a few of the methods that I like at a low budget. I speak about chem styles a lot, and I speak about mass bidding a lot. It's Monday at 7 o'clock when I'm recording this, which means mass bidding's not ideal right now. We didn't get big supply. I guess we did get store packs, and it is, 10 past 7. So I guess we could see if there's any supply from them store packs, and we could mass bid on some low meta cards. Did Ball Day come down from the store packs? Not really. But does he have supply mass bids? He's still 1.3k. I like mass bidding. So you can see this, right? I'm going to go and see if we can win some of these cards on Ball Day. He often sells very easily at 1.3k. He's a nice meta card. I don't want to go and spend too many of our coins, like where there's 12 minutes left on these cards. We'll add a lot of them to our transfer targets. They're all within a short space of time. This looks to be mostly here from the rare player pack supply. So whenever we do get pack supply, I guess mass bidding is actually an option. You're looking for the cards that are listed at 10k and are open bids. I'm just adding them to transfer targets because, again, if I've only got 20k, I don't want to go and throw out loads of bids on these cards if I find something better to do in the meantime. So we'll keep an eye on this in 12 minutes time and look for other similar cards. Another one I really like is Kirkez, but he's been quite low at the minute. We're looking for that card that's sort of 2,000 or 3,000 coins that people don't expect to be able to get a lot of coins on from bids. Marmouche can often be a great one because people often list Marmouche for open bid. I think he's fodder price at the minute, right? It's crazy what prices some of these cards are sitting at. Well, he might even be, he might be a little bit inflated because people have got rumors of the Egyptian SBC coming out at some point soon. So he could be a little bit inflated, but he might be one for us to take a look at. He seems to be about 2.8 or 2.9 thousand coins. There's a lot on bid here for 700, so we're definitely worth taking a look at. I'll add them to our transfer target. I'm not great on this one, or I'm not confident, I should say, because basically he's inflated at the minute because of a daily SBC leak that people are talking about with the Egyptians. I think it's for the Mummy SBC or Objective that might be coming out. It seems a bit like a pump and dump, but we will add a few to the transfer targets. And let's go for one more. I'm trying to think mid-budget. This guy's normally great as well. He's similar to Ball Day. Is he sitting at about 1.4, 1.5 thousand coins? He seems to be a little bit below that, which is even better for us. Is he 1.2? He seems to be about 1.2. I'm going to guess 1.3 thousand coins is fine for him. It is. He does sell at that, which again means any bids at here we can go and throw in. He is, for some reason, you get this glitch, right, boys? Can you see when you get this where it says 49 minutes and it's not showing you any earlier cards? I've not found a way to fix that at the minute. So if you ever get this on a card, genuinely, I just move on until it seems to like get rid of itself. As you see with Ball Day and with Marmouche, they were at like 10-minute bids. I just look for more cards like that. So you can see the same thing with Lacroix here, right? I've just put a normal bid in and there's none showing up on the market there. So again, I'll move on to someone else. Another card I like to look at is I'm looking at popular page on Footbin just because, boys, that's where you see cards with the most demand, right? This Bernardo Silva fits an Evo at the minute. So even though he's the same price of a lot of other cards, being 1.3k, the only difference is, right, if you can win a lot of this card on bid, it means that you'll find an easier time lazy selling him just because there's a lot of people looking to buy him at the minute. That's all it is, right? Imagine if you've got 100 buyers for a card or you've got 10 buyers for a card and they're both the same price. Which one's more likely to catch you a lazy sale? Obviously, the one with 100 buyers. So use the Footbin popular page when mass bidding. The only other thing is you might have more competition, but that's something you can sort of suss out, right? If you're losing a lot of bids on cards, move on to the next card, right? Pretty simple. Right, we've got 7 minutes before literally any of these bids expire. So for 7 minutes, I'm going to go throw some chem-style snipes around. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to try both generic filters and player filters. Monday night is normally a slow time, so I'm not going to be too optimistic. But let's go and see if we can grab any deals just in the meantime while waiting for these. Ball Day seems to be selling for 1.7 with an anchor, which is really nice to know. He's normally quite expensive with a shadow, like a couple K more. Look at that. He's like 4k with a shadow, even though he's 1.3k. But the fact he's 1.7 with an anchor is really nice to know because these anchor cards on these fullbacks often pop quite a lot. So we can... Why someone put a hunter on that one there, boys? People on FIFA will do anything, right? We can sit and look for both anchor and shadow cards. There's not many cards in the game where anchor holds value, like on a card. Ball Day is one of them. Ferland Mendy can be another one. Kirkez can be another one. It's often the meta fullbacks, but even then, not all the time will they have gaps on their anchor card and their regular card. So it's a little bit iffy. But let's see if we can win any of these cards in the next 7 minutes. Anchor 1.3 will nick that. We are obviously not on too many coins, which means we cannot be looking too much for lazy sales. I think I've missed that one. And this doesn't seem too much competition at the minute, boys. That is nice when there's a coin maker method. There's not too much competition, knowing that these sell at 1.7. We know that if we can get a sale at 1.7, we're making about back on that card, about 1.6, right? It's about 100 coin tax. The 300 coins per card there. Yes, it's not much, but obviously we're looking for that big shadow card, right? We're looking for that big shadow because that's like 2,000 coins profit. And these anchors just keep us ticking in the meantime while we're waiting for those mass bids. So the 1.3 there. I will try and explain what I'm doing, boys, but I know we talk about chem style trading a lot. Chem style trading is literally just buying cards with really expensive chem styles on when they have a gap between their regular card and then what they sell for with a chem style. So as you can see, we checked before, all day sells for 1.7 with an anchor and 1.3k without it. So you can just sit on the 1.3k price, compare price back out and buy everything with an anchor. He even sells for 4k with a shadow. If a shadow ball day does pop, it will be a lot harder to get. Oh, there's an anchor there, 850. Look, I guarantee I've missed that, by the way. If one does pop with a shadow, I can guarantee the competition on that card will be crazy. But if we can win it, it is we got another anchor there. There's barely any competition on these anchor cards. If we can get a shadow, it's like 2k profit, right? Which is just crazy coins. We of course want to leave some coins for those mass bids. It's about 5 minutes time it should be. But again, the rare player pack supply on a Monday is nowhere near as heavy as some reward supply and also the Friday 6 o'clock supply. They're the times on this account I'll be looking to mass bid, basically. Then 1.2k anchors seem really hard to win. Possibly a sniping bot, although you think they just go for the 1.3k cards as well. So who knows? I want to try and get one shadow before we stop. We get a 1.2k anchor there, which could be 400 coins profit. What I would say with chem style trading, boys, as well is if you're on a card and it's just really slow, not many cards are popping, just feel free to move on to the next card, right? You'll also notice I'm not even going for them cards that appear on like 1,000 coins or 800 coin undercuts. You can go for them, but in my opinion, they are snipe botted so much that it's almost not worth the time, and you should just save your effort for the chem style cards like this anchor here, which we did lose ironically, but you get the point. Every now and then as well, boys, make sure you go and sell these cards because the whole reason was, the whole way we're selling them is we're looking for lazy sales, and a lazy sale takes time to sell, so you do want to be selling them as often as possible. And what you'll see is I'm barely going to undercut 1.7. I might undercut one card at a time because if you undercut too much and put 1.6, 1.5, you'll very quickly start to bring the price down. Yes, small profits on these cards, boys, but early days, that is absolutely fine. We've got the mass bids looking to expire in 2 minutes. We'll go and see if we can win maybe one shadow ball day to get some nice profit before we go to the mass bidding. I think this will be an interesting challenge as well, right? Because what I always say with trading is that it is learning one trading method and making sure you're the master of that one method is far more effective than learning like 50 methods and rotating between them. However, I do understand that if I just sat on shadow chem style trading for 50 hours and called that a series, no one would be too entertained. So I think it'll be a bit of a challenge, right? Seeing which methods work best. Maybe at the end of this, trading, it'll be good for me. I'll find a new method that you boys have been doing or that I find when I'm just looking around the market. And that'll actually end up making me more coins. Who knows? It'll be different as well because obviously throughout the week, we get different content. I know for a fact on Thursday, when we get silver supply, I'm going to be all over silvers. There's so many coins to be made. I'm going to try and strategically record these sessions to basically be around big content drops. It might be difficult at time with other things going on, but I'll try and do it. It'll definitely speed up the road to glory of this account, getting the coins quicker. I think we've just sold something there. That's probably the ball day at 1.6, proving though that these are selling, which is nice. We should probably have about a minute left for the mass bids. Let's see if we can get one or two more cards. Got 1.2 there. No, we miss it. That's a shame. We'll have a few more bites at the bullet. Few more bites. It looks like we are out of luck. We are starting to sell these ball days at 1.7. I might even try and get a cheeky 1.8 sale there for later on. And what we can start to do now is see if we can win these mass bids because it's really important when mass bidding to know what these cards sell for, right? I know for Bernardo Silva, I can lazy that for 1.4, although 1,000 coins would probably have been my max by now, and I don't really want to go above that. Marmouche, again, is about 3,000 coins. It looks like someone else has seemed to take in these cards. 1.1 on these is a little bit crazy. That's probably people investing in 84s. Not a big fan of that. So I might just move straight onto the ball days, to be honest, because winning a ball day at 1k and selling for 1.3, profit-wise, is just slightly better than Bernardo Silva trying to bid on 1.2 here and compete with people who are going for fodder. Let's remove these. We could bid 1.1 and sell for 1.3, and it is genuinely profit. I get it, right? But we just don't have a lot of coins, so we've got to try to make, the most profit where we can. And I think the ball days are probably just slightly more desirable being at a low budget. Let's not buy that for 10k. That would be a disastrous start to the episode or start to the series, wasting all of our McAllister coins on that. We're going to go and throw 1k bids on the ball days. Nothing more, though. I don't really like anything more because we can only really sell at 1.3 consistently. The reason I don't mind it at 1k as well is because these could potentially rise into the night. We have just had pack supply, and that'll dry up very soon. So he could potentially start to sell for 1.4, 1.5. Not much more than that, but I'm okay taking the risk. This one, of course, has an anchor on, so we'll bid 1.2 on that. Same methods before with chem style trading. We are not going to bid 1.2 on that, though. It looks like people have started to overbid on these cards just a little bit. We'll try and grab this one because it's got an anchor on. We'll try and grab this one as well with an anchor on. That's also very viable. Not going to bid 1.1 on a regular one. One with an anchor is fine for 1.1. Although these have quite a little while left on these. Someone's already bidding on these, though, so I don't mind throwing 1k bids in with a few seconds or minutes to go. And we'll leave them to expire. So we might hopefully win a few of them. It looks like a lot of them are going to get outbid on. We are winning a few. We get another anchor at 1.2, which is a really nice profit. So that's another little additional coin boost. People are outbidding on these. I think when you're mass bidding, make sure you're doing what's right for your coin budget. If you're on a lot of coins, you can afford to have smaller coin gaps because you can wait for lazy sales. But if you're just starting a fresh account like I am, you ideally need these coins back in the account as soon as possible, which is why I'm not going for the Marmoushes and why I'm not going for the Bernardo Silvas. We'll bid again on that at 1.2, so it does have an anchor. It seems to be that most people don't seem to realize these anchor cards have a lot more value, right? We're winning these bids basically a lot easier than we are winning the regular ones, even though we'll make more profit on that anchor card than we will on this regular card. So it's just funny, right? Make sure you know everything like that, with chem styles about cards, because you can beat a lot of people who just don't have that knowledge. We'll even bid 1.3 on that one there, as that's what we were sniping them before anyway. We're not wanting that on the regular card though. And while we're waiting for those to expire, as you can see, we sold the 1.6. We're already starting to sell the 1.7s. If we crowd too many in at 1.7 though, I guarantee we'll start to not sell them. So we'll let this one sell, and then we can list some more at 1.7s, and we'll obviously list the ones that we've just won on bid, because a lot of the ones we just won on bid are anchors. In terms of what I'm doing with the ones that have not got anchors, let me show you, right? So this is how I do it. These sell for 1.3. I almost guarantee we can get 1.4 back for these on lazies. If not, I'll just relist at 1.3. And I do think he could even rise into the night, just following that normal market pattern we talk about on a lot of these videos. The anchors, again, like I say, we'll list one at 1.7 and we'll list one at 1.8 just to not crowd out that 1.7 price point. So one at 1.8 there as well. Apparently, we had another anchor. That's a little bit glitchy, that animation with how they do chem styles. We will list that one at 1.7. It should be fine, as we don't want to overcrowd it, but that should be fine. We, of course, lost the bids on those because people were bidding silly prices. Don't do that. And even if we average out about 300 coins profit per card, so every 3 cards is nearly 1,000 coins, we are looking there at 3,000 or 4,000 coins for what was about 5-10 minutes worth of work. So not too shabby at all, given our coin budget. And again, the reason I went for those ball days, I think it is really important to know, is just because we did get some supply, as you've seen from the Discord channel I was showing, of rare players packs. It is right at the end here, normally rare player packs. As you can see, we got these refreshed today. Does it mean that everyone was opening them? No, but we also have 100k packs. People might have opened either of these two today. We don't have any big consumable packs. We didn't get any daily SBCs that give anything tradable. Normally, daily SBCs is the main bit of supply you're looking at, or things like, rewards and Friday promo packs. However, work with the supply you've got. The supply we got was promo packs, just generic ones. They're not going to affect much of the market. They're going to affect low end a lot more than they are going to affect high end. So we went with ball days, and as you can see, it paid off. Just doing some chem style trade in the background, making use of our time. And after these sell, we should probably be on about 23, 24, 25,000 coins. I think a good trick with chem style trading, or trading in general, boys, is when something works, don't fix it, don't break it, right? This ball day chem style at the minute, it just for now at least, is printing us coins. I guarantee by next episode, this might not be working. But while something's working for you, don't go and switch players. Don't go and look for something else. If you're making coins on something, you just need to sit on that and keep making coins until it stops. Because believe you me, I've traded for long enough now to know that when you sit on something long enough, it will eventually dry up. It always does. If I eventually win 100 of these ball days as well, there's no way I can sell them all for 1.7k in the same hour, right? So I'll try and win a few more. You can already kind of see the supply is drying up a little bit on these with, the end of promo pack bids, the end of people just opening their packs in general. And just another thing to note is that we're getting further away from content time. The further away we get from 6 o'clock, the further away we get from more people being on the game and listing cards up, right? So I guarantee if this keeps going, we will get even less cards on the market. However, while it's still active, let's take advantage. And can we win a shadow there? We can't. Imagine we won that for 1.2k. That would have been 2,000 coins profit. If that was listed for 1.3, by the way, we've got a much, much, much higher chance of winning it. But if anyone basically sniping ball day for 1.2 or doing chem style trading was all going for that card. So that does happen, right? If you see a chem style card pop up and it's also for an undercut, you've got such a slim chance of winning that card. It is what it is, basically. So the anchor for 1.3 there, that's another pickup. And again, we'll list that one for 1.7 because you didn't see in the background, but so many of these 1.7s are just slowly getting sold from our transfer list. You'll see here, they're slowly getting picked up, all of them at 1.7. We even got a 1.8 sale because of lazy listing. Even though we've got others for 1.7 on the market here at the back, you'll see that this 1.8 sells. It's a great way to make coins, lazy selling. I definitely want to go more in detail on lazy selling when we get closer to 100,000 coins and we can afford to spend more of our coins and, wait for sales in a slower manner. But early on, low budget, you need instant coins, instant sales. And boys, I think that'll be it for episode 1, right? If you could leave a like on the video, I'm really excited for this series. Drop back in for episode 2 to see when these ball days sell, what coins we are sitting on, if they all sell for that price or not, right? We'll take a look. We should be near 25,000 coins. It was a short one today in terms of trading. It was just getting the account up and running. And I'm sure in the next episode, we can smash through some decent budget and get right towards that 100k in a few episodes. I'll put a video on screen now about chem style trading and a deep dive so you can see exactly how to do this in detail. Go and give that a watch. But boys, like always, until the next episode, I will see you all in a bizzle.